in the previous class, we have learned about the visibility graphics, right? Uh, and the underlay, the view range we have learned about. Now we have some options for this that is called the section box. Okay, so right now here you can see that one section box is there. So this is a box which help you to create sections. So in 3-dimensional, you can create section. Okay, in all this 3 dimension, you can create section. Like from the top, you can create section. You see, I'm controlling this. This way I cut. So these are the arrows you will see when you select the section box. You will see some arrows. So these are the direction. Okay, to control this section box. Here you can cut from this direction. So if you need the front section and the top section in the particular 3D view, so you can go with this section view and you can create some section over there. Okay, so we have some shortcut also. Okay, so right now let me just uncheck this section box. And suppose you want to only show this curtain panel in this 3D view. Suppose you want to show only this curtain panel. So for that, what you can do, you can choose this section selection box. So this is the selection box. So selecting this object, section box will be created. You can go with the shortcut that is BX. So right now you can see this is a section box. Okay, so this is the section box, selecting that object. Right, so that it's only visible. This object is only visible. And after that also, if you need to change the section, you can apply it. Right. And for this, you can create this as a particular view. So you can go to this and here you can save this view. Suppose like you can create 3D uh, curtain panel. 3D curtain panel. Okay, so this view is created here, you can see, and you can go back to the normal 3D view. And this 3D view, this 3D curtain panel can be added in our sheet for presentation and for the shop drawing. Okay, so this way you can generate or create some views with the help of section box. Okay, now let me uh, do one thing that here if you add this in sheet, so this section box will come, right? So for that, what you go to this hide in view option and you hide this element, and this is hidden within this view, right? So this is hidden and this can be added. So you can select also all these levels you can select like this. All these levels are selected and you can go for this hide element or hide category. Sorry. Let me select and then go for this hide category. These all are selected. Sorry, hidden. And now you got the clean 3D view for this curtain panel and you can add in your sheet. All right. Suppose you want to get back all the hidden objects. So for that, within this view bar, we have this reveal hidden element option is there. So this is the icon for the reveal hidden element option. Click here and all the hidden elements now is highlighted in this uh, maroon color. In this maroon color, all these are highlighted. Right now you can see, you can select So select this level. Let me select this level. This is selected, and how you had uh, made it hidden with hide category option. So in the same way, it will be unhide category option will be there only, and all these are unhide right now. And select this option, go for unhide element, and click on this toggle reveal hidden element option, and here you get back all the hidden elements. Okay, now let me come to this plinth level here. Okay, and within this, I can control by the underlay option and with the help of view range option also. Now, also we have some crop view. So we can crop some views if I include or exclude some part. So for that, I can go with this crop view. And after that, you need to make the crop region visible. You need to make this crop region visible. So right now you have this crop region visible, and here you can apply these. So like that, those will not be visible. Those part will not be visible. Suppose for this particular room, you are creating a detail. So you want to create a detail view for a particular room. So for that, you can just crop up to that particular room. Suppose like this room only. Okay. And after that, you can make it invisible. After that, crop region is not visible anymore. And then go to this plinth level. This is the current floor plan. And then what you can do, you can duplicate the view. Okay, so we have some options like duplicate and duplicate with detailing and duplicate as dependent. So the duplicate and duplicate with detailing options is the difference are like you can duplicate uh, all the annotation objects will not be all the detailing objects will not be duplicated. And if you go with this duplicate with detailing, so including all your model components, all the annotation component will be duplicated. So let me just show you like this is duplicated. And now let me control Z, right click, duplicate view, click on duplicate. Okay, so right now you don't see any differences. Now let me go for Control Z, and if I add some dimensions over there, go to annotate, and here if I go for any dimension, like from this to this, if I add any dimension over there, and right click and go to this duplicate and then click on this duplicate. And here you can see that I don't get that annotation object, that dimension, right? But if I go for this duplicate with detailing, not that duplicate, I will make this duplicate with detailing. Sorry, uh, I will duplicate this one, duplicate with detailing, and now within this I got this annotation object, the detailing object, that annotation element, right? And now I will go to this plinth level, and here I will click on this duplicate as independent. Okay, so sorry, duplicate as dependent. Okay, so that is right now you can see that is available within this plinth level, and these are separate within this floor plans. And this view is a dependent Okay, so this is the dependent view, and now let me go for this crop region visible. Okay, so now let me check it. And these are annotation crop. Okay, this is for the annotation crop. So suppose you can only go for any annotation object. You can crop it. You can see right now this annotation object is cropped. The annotation object is available out of the crop boundary, out of that crop region. But if you activate the annotation crop, only with that only you can control the visibility of your annotation object. Okay, all right. And this annotation crop boundary will always be out of this crop region. Okay, will always be out of this crop region. You cannot make it like within this. You cannot make it within this crop region. So this is for only annotation crop to crop annotation objects. All right. So now let me just uncheck this option. I don't need that annotation crop. Here also I can make this crop view uncheck. Here I can uncheck that crop view, and here you can uh, make this unhide. Let me just fix it and then I will make it invisible. Okay, so this is the plinth level, and here you can see that I have this plinth level as it is. I had cropped it, right? This one I had cropped it. So this crop view is there, but within this plinth level dependent, I have that normal. There I had changed. So I can go with this plinth level. There also I can make these changes. And here you see that within this I have that. Okay, and I have that as per the plinth level, as per the plinth level. Now let me do one thing. And within this dependent, let me make it like this. Okay, so now here within this plinth level, I'll uncheck this crop view. Let me just change this crop region so that in future if I on this crop region, so I'll get this original size and then I will uncheck it. Now this is plinth level, right? And from this plinth level I had made these plinth level copy 1 and plinth level copy 2, right? Okay, so here you can see we have these three different views from this plinth level. Okay, so I hope you understood. And later if you need to rename it, right click and rename, and you can delete also. So let me delete. Let me go for delete. Okay. All right. Now, after setting all the floor plans, within the floor plans, setting all the view range and setting all the crop views, annotation crop, all your underlay, and setting all these view scale and setting the detail level, setting the visual style, everything. Okay. So if you need all these settings within other views as well, so then what you need to do, you need to save all these settings as a template. So that is the meaning of template I have already mentioned in the first class. So that you need to create as a view template. Okay. So go to that view tab and here you have this view template option. Okay. So you will be creating template from this current view. Okay. After changing all this, all the view scale, the detail level, the visual style, all these view properties. Okay. Go to this view tab and within this view template, go to this create template from current view. And suppose you have created template. So you will go with this apply template properties to current view. And if you want to change or if you want to customize again, so then go with this manage view template. Now let's go with this create template from current view and give it a name. So let's give it a name like common template, common view template. Okay, so I'm giving it a name. As per that, we can just give it a name that is created right now. And here you can see this is listed. All right. And if you need to delete, you can delete it. So let me delete it here. So you can directly open this window, click on that manage view and where you need to create. Okay, so if you want to make it a make that view template in a particular discipline, so you can choose like architecture. So that view template will be used only for architectural. And you want to make it view specific also. So for that also go for that view type filter. Okay, like for 3D views or for floor plan or area plan only. So for that you can choose this one. And if it is for all, so then you can choose all. For ceiling views, for elevations, you can make it also for a particular view type. So now I'll go with this floor structural area plan. Okay. And there I'll go with this duplicate option. So I can create a duplicate from it. Okay. I can duplicate and then I can customize it. So let's go with this architectural plan. Let's create a duplicate. And here I will give that name. Uh, okay, so I have given this name. Just click on OK, and that is there. And here, all these view properties are there. So here you can change the value view scale, like make it 1:200. And the display model that is set to normal, you can make it half tone. And the detail level that is right now set as coarse, you can make it fine, always fine. And the parts visible, so show original and visibility graphics override model. So these option visibility graphics here, if you need to change any pattern or line, uh, so that you can apply. For annotation categories, you also have. So for annotation elements, you can apply visibility graphics. You can override the visibility. So all these shadows, sketchy lines, lighting, view range option, how much it will be visible. So that offset and view depth that you can apply. Okay. So this after setting all this orient phase filter. So this discipline is set to architecture. Okay, so you can change it to coordination. So coordination is for the federated model. Okay. Now we are going with this architecture. Okay. Then after that, click on OK. All right. Now within that, if anything is unchecked, if anything is unchecked within this include, so that means that is not included within the template. That will not be set within the template. You can modify without the template. Okay, so now within this flow plan of this plinth level flow plan, you can come to this view template. Within this identity data, you have this view template. Right now it is set to none. You can choose that. Click here, you can choose that Archi plan view template, or else from this you can go for this apply template properties to current view, and that is selected, and you can click on OK. So that you can go with this. So click on OK, and right now it will be selected. Let's go with this Archi plan. Click on OK. That is right now selected. Okay, and if you need to change anything for this view, so you can come here and like about the model display. So the style, visual style will be realistic. You can apply the realistic, and here click on OK. And now here you can see that it is not as realistic. It is as hidden line. So that I have changed. Let me click on apply, and here it is applied. Okay, so it is set as per the template. Now, if you want to change in this visual style, you see all these are grayed out. So if you need to change anything, you have to go to that view template. Within that view template only you can customize. So it is set as per the view template, everything. Okay, all these things are grayed out right now. So this is set as per the view template. So for the other view, like for this ground floor, I don't have to change all these settings. Once the view template is created, all the settings are preserved. Just choose that view template and you will get back all the uh, all the properties. Okay, so I hope you understand this. Now let me go to this 3D view. This 3D view. Okay, here let me change it to realistic. So that is there. And now within this level 2, I need to create within this ground floor, I need to create a ceiling plan, right? I need to create a ceiling plan. So let's go with that ground floor. Come to this ground floor ceiling plan. Okay. So within the ceiling plan, you have this ground floor option. Then go to this architecture tab. Here you have the ceiling. Okay. So this ceiling is always created at a specific height offset from that level. Here you can see from this level, it will be created on a height offset. So that you can define the what will be the height offset. And you can also give the zero height offset also. So that is possible, or don't have to worry about it. And right now go with this automatic ceiling. So if you choose or place the mouse pointer over there, surrounding the mouse pointer, it will find out the closed area. And if you click, it will be selected. All right, it will be selected. So it is already created. So I had, sorry. Okay, just click once and it is created. And then press either MD or go to this modify option. The shortcut is MD, or you can press escape twice. And that is created. Here you can see this is the floor. You can open up the realistic view and you can change the height. Okay, as per the right. That is the ceiling. And you can make it, can place it at zero height as well. So that is also possible. But for the ceiling, we always place in that floor plan where we have placed the floor. In that floor plan or in that level, we place the ceiling at a right height option. Okay, you can go with sketch option. Go to that ceiling. Go to that ceiling view. Now go to sketch ceiling option, and the way we sketch here, we got the same options, and here we can specify the slope arrow. All right. So now let me go with this with some offset 150, and I will go with this pick line option. Now let me pick these lines. You can press tab also to select the chain of lines. So this chain option is selected, so that's why it's connecting. Okay. All right, so now we need to connect this part. So for that we have this trim option, trim extend to corner, or the shortcut it is TR. So we have to select this, and the portion will be connected. And here, what you need to select the part of which you want to keep, select on that, and here select on that, and the extra portion will be trimmed. Here also select from this side and select from this side. The extra portions are trimmed. And this is a closed loop. Okay, so for floor and ceiling, you need to create a closed boundary. Otherwise, it will not be created. And later you can add the slope arrow. All right. So this is what created, and you can provide the right height. So that is what created. Okay. Now about the floor, can go to that edit boundary again. And you can modify the boundary. So let me go with the pick line option. And you can go for trim extend. So this part will be trimmed. Now you see that this is the whole single line segment, and I need the left side and the right side of this, but I don't need this center part. Okay, so for that I need to split it. into two element. Click on this split element. It's like the break option in AutoCAD. So click on this split element. I will not choose this delete inner segment. I will just press and it's split into two. And now I can go with this trim option. I'll click here and click here and then click here and then click here. OK, so right now this way it's done. All right. So it will be till this portion. And okay, so let me delete this. So I need to select this side. Now let me go for this trim. Now let me finish it and it was attached. So that is done here. Let me get back to realistic. All right. So that is the floor. I hope you have understood. Okay, how to place this ceiling option. Okay. So all these flows are added properly. Okay. Now here you can place roof also rather than placing ceiling. So for this this will be your ceiling. Okay, this will be your ceiling. This will be your ceiling. So you can change it to ceiling. Okay, rather than creating the floor, you can choose ceiling, can create ceiling here. And at the top, you can make it roof. Okay. Uh, Let me select all these. And the height will be till the ground floor as because the base constant is plinth level. Now after that, if the same thing will be placed on the top level, right? So this is not the right way. You see the bottom this top face of this wall is connected to the top surface of this floor. That is not right. The top face of this wall should be connected to the bottom surface of this floor. OK, so make sure about that. Otherwise, you will see these part are clashing. All right.
No, sir. Actually, when I am defined the height of the wall, then I am just define only 4,000 because the floor level was 4,000. That's why.
Yes. Yes, I'm going to show you that how you can change it. OK, so if it is like your floor plan is at that ground floor and you are connecting your wall, the top constant is to that ground floor, the same level. So for that, you need to give a top offset. You need to provide a top offset so that it will be connected. OK. Uh, Here you can check also with this attached top also. So this will be attached to this top. Let me click on this unjoin and just a second. This Let me go with this unconnected and let me just provide 3000 and then let me check. Okay, and here if I provide the dash top or base, it will be connected to this top. And let me click on this unjoin element. Still like this. Okay, so where it is created at the plinth level. Okay, so let me go to this plinth level right now. And this is the wall, right? So let me delete it. Okay, I'll select it, go to this create similar, and this finish face interior, let me place it from here. And if the orientation is not right, I will press space bar. I think that was the right. Okay, so now it is connected. You can see that you can go with this attach top or base option also. You can go with the attach top or base option so that it will be attached to the bottom surface only. Okay, so that you can also provide. Or else if you are connecting to the level, okay, suppose if you are connecting to the level, like suppose to that ground floor. Okay, so even if it is to the ground floor, you can see this is right now connected. Okay, that bottom, and you need to detach. Okay, you need to detach it first, detach it, and then go for attach again if you need to attach it. So if you're connecting with the level, so then provide the top offset also. So what will be the top offset? The thickness of this floor, right? What is the thickness? That is 241. 241 is the thickness. So that will be the top offset towards minus bottom direction 241. Enter. And that you can see, right? Okay, so that you have to provide. Either you can go with the attached top or base option, either you can go with this minus 241. So accordingly, you will get the height. Okay. And now let me show you that if all the walls and all the floors and all the components are same as you have placed in the plinth level. So for that, you can just simply copy it. Let me go to this elevation option. Uh, Let me go with the front elevation. So that is south. All right. So now let me just select all this. Let me select it here and don't select all this. So for that, what I do, let me hide it, hide this element. Okay. And let me hide this also. I think there is no curtain wall anymore. and I will not select this also. So let me hide this also. Now let me select all this element and then come to this modify. There you will find out this copy to clipboard, or else you can press Control C, or better you click on this option copy to clipboard. Then you will see that this paste from clipboard option is activated. Click on this drop down arrow and go for this aligned to selected levels. And you will be placing on the ground floor. You want to place on the first floor, click on that, select those two options and then click on OK. Those will be copied and some are detached. Yes, let's go for it. And now let me get back all this. So I can click on this reset temporary hide or isolate. So better you always go with the shortcut that is HR. Okay. HR is the shortcut. Always go with the shortcuts so that you can uh, process faster. Let me go to 3D view, realistic, and that you can see. All these are placed. For this also you can give the height, the right height you can provide also. Or if you need to change here anything, you need to provide the balcony over there so that you can provide. For that, what you can do, we can place a railing. We can create a railing and will not be placing on stair or ramp. We'll be sketching the path. So let's sketch the path and we can pick the path. Let me give it an offset, like 100 will be the offset. And let's choose this. Or else we can go with the start and radius. And better I go with the floor plan. OK, so let's go to the first floor. There I can create it properly. Go to the first floor. Go to this railing option. You can assign any keyboard shortcut for railing. Use this start and radius, start point, end point, and give it a radius. OK, so here I'm providing random values because I don't know what is the radius for this. And this rating is created. Here you can see. Can create a railing like this also. Like 400 this side, 400 this side, and then you can go with this curve. Let's finish. That is added. OK, and this is the host. This ceiling is the host. Yeah.
So how can you match that with that external arc?
Which one?
The railings with that external arc of slab.
Okay, till the last edge of this, till the last edge of the
No,
ceiling.
no, matching the length of that arc with that railing.
Okay, so for that, what you can
Radius,
do,
the
you can
radius.
if you're matching the radius, so it will come to that last edge, right? If you're matching, so that means you are matching the same radius, right?
Yeah.
So that means you are providing that railing at the last stage. So that if it is needed, so you can choose this pick path option and you can select here. Okay. Simply you can just pick line and click on that edge. That's the simple option. Now let me go with the offset and will give it an offset of 100. Will not make a copy. Okay, so that will be the railing. Now let me just delete. Let me delete.
Like through offset in
And
auto,
sorry,
like through offset in AutoCAD.
no, normal offset with the provide value, providing the value. So the concept is same. So you just need to choose the right tool as per your requirement.
Okay,
And you
okay.
can select the railing and you can see this is the base level and the base offset is 0. So we don't need any base offset or right now if you need any base offset so that you can provide. All right. And the path is created and from that path you can give some offset also. So like 200, let me give some offset 200 and it is created like this way. So from that path, so the path is at that right location, but it is placed in the 200 offset. Let me show you here. The path is created, but it is placed uh, in 200 offset in 200 distance parallelly. Okay, so you can also do like that after placing the path at the edge. Again, then you can go for this offset from path. Okay, so
Okay,
that you
okay.
can provide. Let's click on this finish edit mode, right? And then you can go to this edit type option and there you have all the option to change the height. So here you have this top rail. As per the top rail height, you will get the total height of your railing. So here you can change the railing height. Okay. And what is the type? So this is the type of your railing selected. Go to that and here you have the profile selected. You can choose take the C shape or the circular handrail, click on apply and OK. Apply and OK. And this is the handrail right now. And in next class, I will show you how you can place some baluster over there. Okay. So before placing the balusters, I will show you how you can create the baluster families and then you can place all these baluster families. Okay. So tomorrow I will ask any of you guys to creating a baluster dynamic block. Okay, so everyone be prepared. I hope you all know how to create dynamic block in AutoCAD. So for that baluster, I will ask you to demonstrate, any of you guys. Okay, so this is all for today. I hope you got
Sir, what is
any.
barrister?
Yes, baluster.
Yeah,
Check in.
what is?
You can check in Google. It's very simple. You uh, can uh, you remember that I have provided one drawing of baluster in AutoCAD.
Oh yeah, sir. Yeah,
You remember? So the
sir.
vertical profiles are called baluster, which are placed in railings. All the vertical profiles in railings are called baluster. Okay,
Sir,
so yes, yes. Hello, Avadut. I cannot hear you. Hello.
hello. Sorry, sir. Network problem.
Yeah, tell me.
So how can we provide the slope of the staircase?
Slope of the staircase
Yes,
means
means
I
any
didn't get you.
staircases in building.
Sorry.
Any staircases in building.
So we can generally create the staircase, right? So as per the level, it will be created as per the height. It will be defined as per the height and the number of steps. It will be defined. I will show you.
Okay.
Okay. So any more question, guys? Anything else? Okay. So thank you, guys.